Hi, this is Bruce Buffer, and you're listening to the Brats and Beard Podcast.
Welcome back, tailgaters!
What is going on, guys? How you doing, Drew? Thanks for the intro.
Doing good, man. Real good.
Good. I like your shirt that you're repping tonight.
Thank you. It's full of sweat, if you can believe it or not.
Cody, how are you doing?
Very well.
I love your Brats and Beer sweatshirt you got on. That's pretty cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's full of sweat.
It's a
full
little
of sweat as
sweaty.
well.
It's a little sweaty, yeah.
I'm sweating as well, so I'm glad we're all just sweating right now. It's finally not 20 degrees in the Midwest, so once it turns like 50, we all start sweating.
Speak for yourself. It's like 34 up here.
That sucks. Actually, I haven't been outside at all today, so I couldn't even tell you.
It was chilly up here.
I literally have zero idea. It just feels warm in here, but I think it's around, it's like 40. Yeah, it's 40 right
39
now.
right now that I got in North Prairie, so
Yeah,
pretty
but
warm.
75 degrees in the Dells and then coming home to 32. It was just culture shock.
Yeah, that is very true. All right, we got some games going on right now. Obviously, the NBA playoffs are in full swing right now. We got Timberwolves and Grizzlies playing. Timberwolves are Drew's team. They're tied 2-2. They're back in Memphis. The Heat and the Hawks are playing right now. The Heat are up 3-1 in the series. They're also resting Jimmy Butler tonight. And they're only down a point right now before halftime. And then we got the Suns Pelicans later on tonight. That series is tied as well with Devin Booker out. Chris Paul has been pretty inefficient recently. Let's tackle these three games first, and then we'll get into the other series if that's cool. Drew, Timberwolves, Grizzlies, what do you think's happening?
All right, first thing. Do you know Ja Morant's real name?
Jatavius.
Jacoby.
It's Demetrius. Demetrius Morant.
Tim Morant.
Grandma call him Ja or something?
Must be. But he won Most Improved Player. I'm watching him right now, and I'm the devil's advocate against him, but he's amazing, and it sucks to say that.
Did you see what he did with his award when he won it?
I don't know how I feel about that.
He gave it to Desmond Bane. That's pretty awesome. Desmond Bane has been lighting it the fuck up.
Yeah, I get that it's awesome, but like that's an empty-ass award for Desmond Bane. Like, sweet. You know, like it's respect, but
like
also
you don't really win it.
I didn't fucking win this, and now
it probably says Ja Morant.
I'm sure it does. Like, he can hold on to it and sell it down the road if you really wanted some extra money. But
he's like, it's one of the Dundies. It says like busiest beaver, but it says bushiest beaver. Gives it to Phyllis.
Bushiest Bane. That's what he is.
Yep.
God, that's funny.
Do you think that did Jordan Poole get snubbed?
Was it Jordan or no? It's Darius Garland, right?
No, I saw that Poole was like Bleacher Report was freaking out about. That's Poole, right? Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, Jordan Poole.
Like
is
how
he not? Oh, for most improved or for
most
what?
improved? Yeah.
I don't know. Ja's pretty fucking good.
Well, yeah, but he was also like pretty good last year. He's better than last year. Don't get me wrong, but like. I didn't not a lot of people knew Poole's name last year. Now they're considering part of the big three or big four for Golden State. Yeah, so that's kind of a big change. But
although he is pissing Clay off. I don't know if you were watching the game the other night, but Clay was heating up and Poole was just being a ball hog, and Clay was not happy. He just kept putting his arms down. He just walk around. He's like, what the fuck?
I did see that. He got the ball in the perimeter, and Clay, I think he just turned around and started walking back down the court.
Yeah, well, because I was watching it at that time, and Clay hit like 2 threes in a row, and then he comes down. He was wide open on the side of the court, wasn't there. So Clay runs to the top of the key, and Jordan just is ignoring him. So he just put his hands down, walked to the corner, and walked all the way into the far corner, and somebody else passed it to him. And he just hits this sick turnaround, mid-range jumper. And then they called timeout, and he would walk back to the bench yeah, I know I'm fucking hot right now. Give me the goddamn ball.
Yeah.
But Poole's young. He is really fucking good, but I don't know what they're doing out there, or what's in the water with the Warriors, but good God, they found another talent. That dude's solid.
Yeah, great
that
point.
Sucks.
It does suck.
It does.
They're going to be good for a while now.
Yeah.
They should be.
But lastly, about the Timberwolves, we all know we don't have to harp on it so much, but Cat, he needs to grow up. It's like embarrassing for Timberwolves fans, but let's see tonight. And then I just want to get your guys' thoughts on Naz Reid. What do you think of Naz Reid?
I mean, I liked him when I thought he was going to be a good bench guy for the Wolves when I was working there, and he never really played. Still doesn't really play a lot. I mean, I think he's a solid dude. He's athletic. The dude's like a monster. He's like another almost like Montrezl Harrell kind of guy.
Yeah, that's how I kind of see it.
He's like a rotational center, right?
Yeah, but he never plays. I don't know. Do you think he doesn't play because like basketball IQ? Do you think he's not that smart? What do you think?
Well, my insight says he hates him. Like he's really bad. And that's why I'm asking you, because I don't think he's that bad. But he's 1.7. Is that a lot for Naz Reid?
What do you mean 1.7?
Mil. That's his contract.
Oh,
no. That's floating around like veteran minimum.
That's like Serge Ibaka on the Bucks or something. I don't know what Serge is getting paid, but I'm guessing it's probably around that.
Probably around there. Lastly, if we lose, which we probably will, it's good experience for Anthony Edwards. Sorry.
Yeah. It'd be cool if you guys won this series. Like this series should go 7. I mean, I know we were originally saying that it was going to go like 5 games but
4.
Yeah.
I thought 5, but
man, I know Drew and I were talking about this when we were golfing this past weekend. Well, he was golfing and I was telling him how good of a golfer he was. But just talking about how annoying Karl Anthony Towns is, how immature he is, and how I don't know, people like Steven Adams. So the Grizzlies bench him because they think it's the best thing to do for the team to be able to win and for matchups. And Drew was like, well, they could never do that with Karl Anthony Towns or somebody because they would just cry and demand a trade or bitch about it and be a cancer. And I'm like, that's a new school way of all these players coming up. None of them are willing to do something for the team. It's you look at Curry too. It's Curry, he's been coming off the fucking bench, which is incredible. That dude is an MVP, all-star, multiple times in a row.
That's
and then
he's hurt. He's hurt.
Yeah, but at this point, I think he's fine. He could start. He's been playing enough minutes where he's good now, and it's almost he's at the point where he's you know what, if we're gonna keep winning, just keep bringing me off the bench. He's I don't care. Why does it matter to him?
Yeah, seriously.
It doesn't.
But it's if he still gets 35 minutes, whatever.
Yeah. But my point is so if you were to say you were to go up to Cat and be hey dude, we're not going to play you unless we actually think we need to play you today. Cause you fucking bring us down in the series. Who cares? He should be willing to take that role. Be the cheerleader for this series. If they win it out because of their matchups that they're playing, then he can come in next series and dominate for 60 points.
My only argument is that it's not about just sitting him. It's just give him a different role.
Yeah.
Hey, I want you to play low. Why are you not down at the post?
And that's the other thing is too, he's got to listen to the coaching. He's got to listen to what the fuck they want to do and not just run around and do whatever. But he's also just such a liability on getting back on defense and finishing out offensive plays because he's always bitching and crying about everything that happens. It's Pat Beverly is great for the team, but also at the same time, I feel he also hurts it just because of Cat. And Cat watches him bitch and complain and do crazy shit. So now Cat's trying to do it. And now it's taken away. But I mean, Cat's always been a whine bitch. So I mean, I guess it can't hurt that much.
Well, you brought up something interesting really quick is about him complaining and not playing after he does something. So I was pretty into the Nets game last night. I don't know if you guys watched it or not, but Kevin Durant at the end to hit the 2 free throws to bring it within 3, he missed his second free throw. And he didn't play defense.
Yeah.
He didn't get back on defense. And he just lost the game.
Again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, in that overtime game, or it was at the buzzer, right? Or were they in overtime? Was that game 1 or game 2? When he let that
just at the end of regulation, I think when they let Tatum spin down.
Yeah. He was on Tatum and then he just stood there and watched the ball and then Tatum cut that back door and he got the layup to win the game at the buzzer. It's that was Durant losing his defensive assignment. A lot of people were saying, well, he was just rotating up, but he wasn't rotating on anyone. He just stood there.
He was standing at the top of the key.
He just watched the ball. He didn't even know there was somebody up top. So
also, Kyrie didn't help at all in that play. They were both just standing there.
Yeah, neither of them did.
They didn't care enough to win that game.
Apparently, they didn't care at all to win the fucking series or a game in the series.
The only team swept in the 22 playoffs, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
I did find it interesting. Him and Grant Williams, I think it's Grant, right? We're getting really into it, playing like hard defense and all, talking smack. And then he got Kevin to dribble out of bounds, and it was just lit. But what I thought was interesting is Kevin held his head like, he didn't like bark back. He looked like an idiot, talking shit and then dribbling out of bounds, which he did like 3 times.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the whole Scott Foster situation? So Scott Foster, longtime referee, notorious for fucking games up. He's one of the guys that Tim Donaghy had mentioned as far as like rigging games or at least influencing games. Him and Chris Paul got into it seasons ago, and now I think it's like 16 games in a row that he's reffed a Chris Paul game, and Chris Paul hasn't won a game that he's reffed yet, which is 16? Insane.
I saw that he was undefeated against CP3, but I don't know how many it was.
Yeah, I think it was 15 or 16 this last one.
Dude, 1-27 in the playoffs when Scott Foster is the referee. James Harden and Chris Paul. That is incredible.
Yep. And then he and one time, I guess Chris was like on the court and he was like, "What the fuck is going on, Scott?" And I guess he just looked at him. He's like, Chris, like he's just taunting him.
Like you asked for it type of thing.
Yeah, this is what you wanted. And then last night, a lot of people were complaining about it, saying like he's got to get out of the league soon because like he called that horrible 6th foul on Tatum to get him out of the game. And a lot of people were like, this is him trying to influence the game. And it's kind of crazy that it didn't go that way, but it's like, who knows? He probably had fucking money on the Nets to win. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy to think about Scott Foster as a horrible referee.
It's good to see the Celtics win then, because it's like, fuck Scott Foster.
It's like a fuck you. Yep.
There was one where Goran Dragic was running up the court and they totally hit his leg and he tripped hardcore and they didn't call anything.
Yeah.
And then he came down and the guy tripped and he went to go get the ball and they called a foul on him. It was ridiculous. So you're telling me, was Scott Foster, you're saying he was the guy last night?
Yeah.
Oh
he
my God.
The Brooklyn game.
It was so bad watching that game.
Yeah. I think I heard a rumor that he's going to be reffing the Bucks game tomorrow. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I heard a rumor that he was.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like that's too mismatched to be able to.
Oh, in a situation like that, I'm not worried about that.
He couldn't force the Bulls to win, I don't think.
The only thing that would happen is like I could see Giannis picking up like 3 quick fouls in the first half, like 3 charges or some shit. But then, I mean, I think we'll be strong enough to still take care of him.
Giannis fouls out in the first quarter, and Giannis like, "Ooh, what's up with that, Scott?"
Is that Joel playing for the Bucks?
Yeah, what? That was awesome.
He's like, Giannis,
God. All right, so we talked about those. What do you think with Booker being out? Do you think that the Pelicans can beat the Suns? Do you think that the Suns will hold on? What do you think?
How long is he out for?
I think this series. I think it's same situation as Middleton for the Bucks.
And it's 2-2 right now.
2-2 now. Yeah.
I don't know, the way Bi's been playing has been pretty impressive.
Yeah, Chris Paul has not played well at all.
No.
Like shooting wise.
Well, Chuck says you can't rely on the oldest guy on the team right now. That's what he said. So
yeah, that is true. They have a lot of talented young players that should be lighting it up. Like Cam Johnson's good, Payne is good, Aiden is a stud. Like you got to run that offense to those guys. But
the other stat I saw was the team right now is 11 for 37 and 3-pointers. Without Booker, when Booker played, he was by himself 11 for 19. That sucks, dude. You got to start shooting.
God, that's insane.
Here's a question. Do you guys know who Gabe Vincent is?
Yeah, on the Heat.
So be ready for that tonight with Jimmy Butler out.
Yeah, what's he at right now? Do you pick his over or what?
Not even going to look right now. All right, let's look.
You pick his over? He's at 3 points right now.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't even know who that is.
He's played a couple games this year when had some injuries. He was in a couple of my DFS lineups for towards the end of the season. He was playing a lot, so that's the only reason I know.
Ooh, this is an ugly game. Trey Young has 5 points too.
Oh wow, Trey has been getting demolished on like the other night. They were showing him like they just kept switching like their best defenders onto him, and he just looked lost. So he's had a rough time.
But that's what I was thinking. He'd go off because Butler's out. So now it's just one guy that's good at defense to play on. And I think it'd probably be like, I don't know who it is, but
yeah.
Are you watching the Wolves game right now, Drew?
Yeah.
So Towns he only played for 8 of the 14 minutes so far?
Yeah, I wonder if Scott Foster called a few fouls on him.
That's kind of holding him. That's kind of holding him back a little bit.
As you say, that he just enters the game.
Fouls, I think.
Yeah,
I agree, Cody.
I'm winning my bet right now, though. I said that Karl Anthony Towns would have more personal fouls than 3-pointers made. So I'm fucking crushing that.
What's the over under?
No, it wasn't. It was
there's not.
It's gonna be more. Yeah.
My gosh.
I picked.
Dude, that's a pretty solid bet, though, if you think about it.
He fouls out every game, so
is he gonna hit more than? Is he gonna hit 4 more three-pointers in a game usually?
I mean, he can. He has the capability, but he won't. So, also, there was a rumor that Jimmy Butler said that he doesn't want to share the floor with Victor Oladipo. I guess I haven't been paying attention. Has he not been playing in any games? Because tonight, Victor Oladipo is 5 for 6 with 13 points right now.
Yeah, Oladipo's going to go off.
He probably will, but like, I just can't with the Jimmy Butler shit. It's like, are you really saying like you don't want to play with these? Like, Victor Oladipo's a solid guy.
And they brought him in to help Jimmy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Guys like to shoot, right?
Yeah. I mean, and I guess maybe that's a role thing. Like maybe Victor's not playing the role that Jimmy wants him to play. Like maybe he's shooting or something more than Jimmy wants him to. But yeah, I don't know. He's such an athletic player.
He's good enough to shoot as much as Jimmy.
Yeah, he is.
Because who else do they have for their other shooters? I know you got Hero. And you got Robinson.
That Max Struss guy has been like amazing recently. Like I don't know where the hell he came from, but he's just been incredible.
Kind of weird.
Oh yeah, dude, he's got 12 right now.
Yeah, he's just been hitting threes left and right. I mean, you got Bam Adebayo, you got PJ Tucker whenever he hits shit. Caleb Martin was another one who he's playing pretty much just because Jimmy's out. But
how has Duncan Robinson been playing this? I haven't watched him at all in the series.
I don't know. That's a good question.
What was that in the bubble when he started to go off and he was like one of the most efficient 3-point shooters at that point?
I think he's playing awful, Cody. I think people are out for his head right now. Gamblers.
Probably. He's 0 for 3 right now, so
good
in this game.
Which I'm surprised about because I always liked Duncan.
Yeah, Drew, do you remember? I don't know if you remember this, but we sat next to him at Summer League once. Like literally sat like he was right next to us. And I was like, hey, I think that's that guy who played at Michigan. And he was just sitting there watching the games. Yep. And I'm like, and then we looked him up quick. I was like, oh, it's Duncan Robinson.
Yep.
And I'm like, that dude's never gonna be on a team. He fucking sucks.
You know who's not else on a team? Jack whatever. What's his name?
Jack Welch or what was it?
I gotta look it up to see if he's on a team right now.
I know he's not. The Notre Dame dude, right?
Yep.
That dude his family was awesome. That dude was fun.
Was fun. But let's get to the other side of the conference here.
I gotta say one thing about
Jack Cooley. Jack Cooley.
Yep, exactly.
I gotta say one thing about the Pelicans before we move on from them. Have you guys been watching the Jose Alvarado highlights?
Yeah.
Dude, that guy's fun as shit to watch.
He's a little weirdo.
Fast.
I love that you brought that up.
Super weird. I love. It's like he's always hiding in the corner, and now it's starting to piss people off. But he still picked the CP3's pocket to take away possession in the final 2 minutes when they.
Yeah, he got him with the 8. He got him with the 8-second violation. Just that lockdown defense.
It's just like, oh my gosh, it's just a player that probably shouldn't be in the NBA, but he's just giving it all he's got. And it's just fun to watch.
It's funny. Like I was on FanDuel today, like looking at players, and he was like way down there, like super cheap, like the cheapest. And I'm like, he gets some good run. I'm like, how is he not like higher? I'm like, I want to see what he's been doing. If you look at his fantasy points, they're horrible.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything.
Nothing. He'll hit a 3 every now and then.
Yeah.
But he's just that hustle, like funny dude. I swear to God, I clicked on it. It was like 7, 8, 12. Like I was like, oh my God, he doesn't really produce in the box score, but
No.
he's the
He sparked
hustle
another
guy.
thought. Marcus Smart, Defensive Player of the Year. He picked KD last night at the end and then fouled him, but that would have been crazy. Like, just seal the deal after winning the award.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm not ready for Marcus Smart to be all over the fucking just abusing Giannis, trying to hurt him this entire next series. It's gonna be interesting.
That's not who you should be afraid of.
I mean, no, from the point of like injuries wise, like he's just such a fucking like dirty little shithead who's gonna flop all over.
Well, I'm being serious. That Grant Williams, he's a thick boy too.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
They're a big team in general. But honestly, I said this before. I still think I would have rather played the Celtics than the Nets, just with a mindset thing. I feel like we usually play the Celtics with a higher intensity and less scared. Versus when we play the Nets, it's like, even with the playoffs last year, it's like there's games where we come out and KD will just take off and we just kind of let him do it.
Yeah, I agree. Also, I think the Nets shot themselves in the foot because of the jerseys that they chose to wear. They decided to go to like these weird hybrids with their old school jerseys and then wearing like red and like blue or whatever. They had to go black, man. Black is the badass color, especially for the playoffs, man. And the fact that they went, that's why I think they got swept. It was because their jerseys.
The Nets?
Yeah.
But Ben Simmons was a Skittle on the sideline.
I forgot about that loser.
Can't believe he was playing Warzone during the game last night. That's fucking insane. There's got to be like, how can you not just cut the guy or just be like, you don't get any more money? Like, fuck you.
I gotta say this quick. We talked about this, but John Morant, he has to stay off the floor. Like, you can't be that young. Or it's gonna catch up to you.
Oh yeah,
he's doing it right now. I'm sorry, keep going though.
He'll be like 5 feet in the air and just land on his knees every time. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like, God, yeah, it's gonna catch up to him for sure. One more thing, and then we can kind of go to some of those other series. But I was dying the other night after that game when the Timberwolves historically gave up the 26-point lead and then like the 22-point lead in the same game or whatever it was. They were talking to Chuck at halftime and then after the game, and Chuck was just so brutally honest. He's like, I've never seen such a dumb fucking team ever. He's like, this team is the dumbest team in the world. He's like, and their coach, he's so stupid. He's the worst coach ever. He's like, they're on a 21-0 run. They don't even call a timeout, man. This team is not ready for the playoffs. This team is so stupid. He's like, they got a bunch of talented players, but the dumbest people on the team. Dumbest people. I just kept saying how stupid they were. And it was brutal. Like, Shaq was just cracking up. He never said a word. Oh, my God.
Dude, but, like, I don't mean to make you feel bad, but so Scott Finch, he has narcolepsy, so he fell asleep.
Oh, fucking that's so funny.
Or Mike Finch, whatever.
Scott Foster. The other thing, I don't know if you saw this, it went viral, but Chuck was talking about like banging down low, and he's like, when you're banging another man. He's like, when you're banging another man and you keep banging him, and Shaq was just
sitting across the desk like, stop it.
Oh God,
those guys two got into it this weekend. They were like arguing, like, because Shaq's always late. And I think Chuck called him out or something.
Yeah, Shaq always gets stuck in traffic for some reason.
I don't think it was Chuck that called him out. It was one of the other. It was the other guy.
You're right. It was the other guy. I can't think of his name.
Kenny or Ernie?
Kenny. Yes, Kenny the Jet.
Kenny. Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
And they kept taking their glasses off, like every time that they talk, and then put the glasses back on.
I don't usually watch halftime stuff, but like those guys just crack me the fuck up. Like, you have to watch.
A lot of it's borderline like family friendly television.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, I don't think they should. Chuck's a fucking wild card. So. He just says whatever comes to his mind. He's like, I don't care.
Sometimes I get uncomfortable with how much him and Shaq bicker, but
yeah,
I don't think they actually hate each other as much as they.
No. I think they're pretty good friends at this point. I know when they played, like, yeah, there were punches thrown and stuff like that, but it's just a lot of fun. What else do we have? So let's look at Raptors, 76ers, and then Mavericks and Jazz. So kind of surprises on both of those. Raptors came back. I'm sorry. Raptors won last night, put it at 3-2. So they're kind of holding their own against the 76ers.
That was 3-0, right?
It was
that series.
Was it 2-0 and then might have been, yeah, it might have been. I'm trying to remember.
I think they took the first 3.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, you're right. So Raptors are trying to crawl back, but Embiid's playing with a hurt hand, apparently.
Okay.
Well, it's like it's a ligament injury to his left thumb, and he needs surgery. Is he not going to get that during the postseason?
No.
He'd be out then, right?
Yeah, I think he's going to wait.
I just don't know if they'd give him the surgery and then, like, brace it up real good or something.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it, just go for it.
Sounds like he doesn't want it, and he wants to play hero and just play through it, so.
But now he's got a reason to lose if he does.
Exactly. Even though you got fucking James Harden on your team, but.
Who's not James Harden anymore, but.
Yeah. And then Mavericks are up 3-2 on the Jazz. They were beating the Jazz without Luka, and now Luka's back, and I don't know. The Jazz really suck in the playoffs, man. They'll dominate every regular season, but they struggle in the playoffs for whatever reason.
What's the problem? I don't get it.
It's a great fucking question.
Is it Gobert? I know the stats.
I don't know. Is it that opposing teams try that much harder, you think? Like, not saying that like the Jazz just have an easy schedule or something, but it's like they do bust their ass on defense and like play really hard in a lot of their regular season games. Do you think that when they get to the postseason?
Yeah, but Rudy's defensive player of the year candidate every year. It's not.
Oh, it's
like
not
they
Rudy.
play.
I think it's Mitchell. He went 0 for 7 from the 3-point line. Scored 9 points last night.
Damn.
That's not good.
Yeah, you can't win like that.
Oh, and Bogdanovic 0 for 9 shooting. Is that Chris Middleton?
He's hurt.
Oh yeah, he's hurt.
Oh yeah, I have a great. I have something. Should we get into it right now?
Yeah.
I made this, and I can get roasted for this, but I'm just gonna stick to it just because it's fun. Chris Middleton is the equivalent. He's the same person as Andrew Wiggins. Now, hear me out. Hear me out.
All right.
Hear me out. He's an all-star. He's very, very inconsistent. He turns the ball over a shit ton, and yeah, that's it. And I had some people arguing with me saying that, well, we wouldn't have won a championship without Middleton, but it's also like you could say that about any team. Like you would never know. Like if somebody wins the championship this year, it's like you could take away one of their good players and be like, well, could they have won it with somebody else stepping in? It's like you look at Grayson Allen now and he's going off.
He had one good game.
He had 2 great games in a row.
What was his other game? I know he had
like
27.
26. He had like 26 in the first game, and then he just passed it in the next game.
Not sustainable, though. Okay, and then Chris Middleton had 2 50-point games in the playoffs last year.
You want to hear a fun stat about Chris Middleton? So exactly, that's where my inconsistent conversation comes in. So yeah, he averaged pretty decent numbers. Well, they're pretty good numbers. Like it was like 24, 8, and 5, I think. He averaged last year. No, but if you look at it though, they played 24 games, and he only hit over that average 10 times out of those 24 games, which is crazy. That means that there's a lot of outliers that are pushing that number fucking up.
I mean, close to half.
No.
He's like 2 games away from half of averaging it, half the games.
In my opinion, that is not enough for like, and 3 of those games were like, that he hit over were in the first fucking series, or maybe 4 of them.
There's
like
so many arguments against your statements. So, okay, who is a very good secondary piece on a team to you? Anybody?
I mean, let's see here. So, say like, I don't know, like Bam Adebayo on the Heat.
Should we look up his stats? Like, is he? The thing is, it's like I think if you have a player like Giannis, where he is battling for the scoring title every year for the past 3 or 4 years, you can't go out and just drop 50 every game. Otherwise, you break up team chemistry. Then you look like Rudy and Donovan, both trying to be, buckets.
In your opinion, do you think the Bucks could win a championship if Mitty were hurt?
I don't think they can, no.
Do you think that the Warriors could win a championship if Andrew Wiggins were hurt?
Yeah. He's not even in their top 4.
He's a fucking all-star.
And that was the biggest flop. I mean, I can't argue that point.
I can say the same fucking thing about Middleton. I don't think he deserves to be an all-star
But he's a perennial all-star. It's not just a one.
Perennial. Dude, it's like I
think he's been an all-star the last 3 or 4 years.
2 years. 2 years. When Giannis has been captain, because Giannis has so much power. He has his brother on the fucking team, and now he has Middleton on the goddamn all-star team, and it's all because of Giannis. Man.
Dude, I don't think we would have won a championship last year without Chris Middleton.
I'm going to tell you this honestly. I don't truly believe myself when I am arguing for this, but I just want to make the point, and I'm just trying to argue it for my side.
I totally agree with you, Sean.
Like, I think
Drew, show your face. I can't see your face.
You guys can't see me?
I can see you.
Oh man, mine's stupid.
So Andrew Wiggins, let's use him first. Like, we're getting completely blown out, but he scores 27 points. Well, that's good. So your average goes up, but it's like semi-pro. You guys ever seen that movie? And Jackie Moon goes up for a layup and everyone's cheering, but then the other team's just scoring on the other end. It's like, that's fucking Andrew Wiggins. Now, Chris Middleton, I agree with the inconsistency, but what's his defensive skills like? Because I don't pay attention to that. I'm going to say not amazing. Because Andrew Wiggins doesn't play defense.
I think they're pretty average.
He's not a complete liability, but he's not like shutting people down.
I'd say he's average.
But so this is where the other thing that was really pissing me off. So those first 2 games before he got hurt, this dude was just fumbling the ball. Anytime that dude puts the ball on the ground to dribble, he is going to lose it. He's either going to pass it somewhere fucking stupid, or he's just going to lose it for some. He does no handles. It just falls out of his hands every time. He had 7 turnovers the one game and 6 the next game. Like, dude, get it the fuck together. Like,
dude, I think KD didn't he have a game with 11 turnovers in this series? Bad.
Yeah.
So if we're going to compare a player off of turnovers, and KD's he should be fucking cut.
No, but KD is amazing. He's an incredible athlete, and
I thought we were comparing.
That's saying Giannis. If Giannis had a game where he had 15 turnovers, I wouldn't give a shit, because it's fucking Giannis. There's levels to this shit, and Middleton is down here. Okay, he's not even on the fucking screen.
I think that he's a solid number 2. That's all I'll say.
If I see him fiddle fuck one more basketball, I'm gonna find him and hit him with my fucking
Sean, I think Middleton's been a 3-time All-Star.
I think it is.
Who gives a fuck?
I think he's averaged over 17 points per game since he joined the league, which is pretty wild too.
Well, he should. Every team he's been on has been was horrible for a long time.
Yeah, you mean all the Bucks teams?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They weren't amazing for a long time.
Did he play with Monte Ellis though?
Yeah,
that dude's a walking bucket. I'm surprised he scored any points at that point.
Monte Ellis, oh my god!
They were showing. I'm not trying to deflect your horrible stat.
All right, that's what people do when I make good points. They just change the subject.
No, we'll go back to it. But they were showing highlights when it was did we have Carlos Boozer or something? No, it wasn't Carlos Boozer. Who was the bald-headed guy? It was from 2016 when we beat the Bulls in Game 4 of the playoffs with some last-second layup.
Oh,
and there was Giannis and Chris were standing there, and they just looked like complete idiots. I was just looking back. I'm like, if I would have known now what they were to become, they were both just standing there. Chris's teeth were even more fucked up.
Chris looks the fucking same. What the?
No, he had Invisalign, but he never finished a trial.
He had no Invisalign, and he needs to get his eyes checked.
Hey, leave him alone.
Yeah, but seriously, I think it's I don't know why you have this bias. Chris will have a bad game once in a while, but I think that he comes up when we need him to have a good game or even a good basket during a bad game.
Well, that's the thing that pisses me off the most, I think, is because people will be silent. There's all these people who are secret, or not secret, but they just love Chris Middleton, right? And they're just oh, he's so good. He's amazing, blah, blah, blah. And then
say that to you.
Huh? I get text.
Do you wear a shirt that says tell me about Chris Middleton?
No, I just bitch about Chris Middleton a lot so people know. So when he does every 6th game, when he goes off for 40 points, everyone goes, "Oh yeah, Chris Middleton's amazing. Look how good he is." And then the next game when he scores 12 points and he has 8 turnovers in a row, nobody says a goddamn word until they wait 5 more fucking games and they can try to say something.
What, Sean, you never had a bad night before? Never had a bad night.
I'm not a fucking all-star in the NBA.
Well, apparently neither has he to you.
What? He's never what?
Really been an
all-star? Fucking hasn't. He doesn't even play in those games anyway. He just gets there, gets the jersey, just gives him a hug, and drafts them on his team.
If he was the last pick in the All-Star game, then I'd understand that. But who was the last pick this year? Who they left? Did they leave James Harden?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they all laughed about it.
Was it James or was it I can't remember now.
I think it was James Harden because I don't think Durant wanted to.
Oh, it was Durant. That's right. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Anywho.
All right, we can move on with that.
Get
on with that horse. Get on with that horse.
So predictions with the Celtics here. What you guys? I'd be afraid. Tatum's a big guy. Brown
is that who
plays
we have
hard.
next, actually?
Yeah.
I guess I'm just confused on how a tournament works. Are we the worst seed remaining, and they're the second worst?
No, I think it's based on the bracket style. So then, who was number one? So number one seed was the Heat. So then they'll play is it the 76ers?
Whoever comes out of that, I guess.
Yeah, that's what it'll be. Yeah, it'll be whoever comes out of that then.
So that's the last. That's the final four on our side is.
Yeah, whoever comes out of there. Yep, Celtics, and then Raptors or 76ers. And then and then Bucks, Bulls. Who's the other? Wait, am I going crazy right now? Hold on. Okay. Am I missing one?
That's what I thought.
Sixers. No, Heat, Sixers, Celtics, and Bucks.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. Drew, I'd like to say that they'll go 7. And it's gonna be a tough fucking series though. I think it's gonna go 6 or 7.
It's gonna be a shitty series.
It's gonna be stressful. It's gonna be stressful.
It's not gonna be Bucks minus 10.5 every game. I'll tell you that.
No, it's definitely not.
But
yeah,
if we get K-Mid back and he's healthy, I'd feel better, wouldn't you?
I mean, yes, he does help. Yes, I'm not saying that he doesn't.
Now your arguments are all
actually, I don't know. Does he help? Maybe
fuck it, we got Grayson Allen. Good enough.
Actually, I'd be fine with it. Let the kid play. Let's do it. He's been dominating.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, it's helping
you know
us
what?
Rest legs. So let him play out.
I hope Chris is out the rest of the playoffs just so we can find out what happens.
God, I don't want to find out because I know we have a better chance with him.
I got to stay strong on my point of view, so.
Now you sound like I could say a lot of words, but I'm not going to disrespect the 30% of the audience that believes that.
Oh, God. Are there any other ones that we haven't talked about? What do you think, Mavs or the Jazz are coming out? You think Mavs?
Mavs,
okay. Nuggets, Warriors. Warriors should win.
Warriors by a mile, I think, yeah.
They're up 3-1 right now. They've been looking pretty dominant. Okay. Anything else there in the NBA you guys want to go through?
One last thing. Two last things. Drew Holiday won Teammate of the Year. I didn't know that was a fucking award.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it.
And we got Chris Middleton on our team, so that says a lot for your argument. If Chris can't even win Teammate of the Year next to Drew. Also, does it hurt the Joker being this MVP candidate and then they get bounced in the first round?
I mean, it's tough. It's what it comes down to.
Are they like James Harden stats where they're like empty stats where the team only wins, they win 43, 45 games a year, but he's scoring triple doubles every fucking.
Well, so what if there's this situation? So what if Giannis is healthy? What if Drew and Chris Middleton are hurt pretty much the entire year, and Giannis gets them to the playoffs? We get to the first round and we lose the first round, and he has an incredible year. Would you consider him to be MVP candidate or an MVP?
Did we get our other 40% of our starting lineup back for the playoffs?
Yeah, I would say yes. And what I'm getting at here is that Jokic has 2 or 3 of their best players out for the entire season.
I know, but
So
he's
it's
always
like it
dealing with that too,
sucks.
which sucks.
It does. The Nuggets team should be amazing on paper every year, and then they just fucking do the same thing every year. And it's like it sucks for him because I don't think he should necessarily be punished because his team isn't as good as they should be.
Yeah, well, that's why that's what a regular season MVP is the award. But
Yeah,
I just feel like that hurts his legacy a lot.
it does. I think it's definitely not ideal for his look. Like he could definitely be one of those guys who a multiple MVP who never wins anything or even makes it far in the playoffs.
That sucks a lot.
It does suck.
But anyway, yeah.
Did you have something else too? I thought you had a couple points.
It was Drew Holiday Teammate of the Year award.
Oh yeah.
I still don't. Is this the first year they were doing that? Can you guys name another Teammate of the Year award? I didn't know it was a thing until like popped up on my Bleacher Report. I was like,
I thought it was something that Bud just made up and just gave to me.
I don't understand it.
Drew, do you guys have teammate awards over there in Minnesota?
No, because we're not good teammates.
Dude, it was a league award. Like it wasn't just a Bucks team award. It was like
the Timberwolves give their head coach an award if he stays awake for the entire 48 minutes.
All right, let me just look it up really
Dude,
fast.
Sean, you should feel bad. I keep trying to tell you.
Oh my God, Drew's won it twice. He won.
What?
He's a perennial teammate of the year. Last year, Damian Lillard won it. In 2020, Drew Holiday won it with the Pelicans. Then Mike Conley, then Jamal Crawford, Dirk Nowitzki won it in 17. Vince Carter won it in 16. Tim Duncan in 15. Like, this is a real thing.
What the fuck? I have never heard of this. That is amazing.
He doubled up.
Well, good for him. I'm happy for him. He's been dominating on the defensive end. So,
dude, he's a good basketball player.
He's very good. He's way better than Eric Bledsoe. I'll tell you that.
Oh my God.
Good decision there.
Valid.
All right, that can be everything for NBA. Do you guys have anything baseball wise? MLB's full swing here. You guys got anything you want to go through?
Brewers are swinging the bat again. That's all I got.
They are.
How are those Twins doing, Drew?
Not very good, but they're coming back now. I think we're in first, actually, but I actually mean they're not playing well. But Byron Buxton hit a 3-home run walk-off the other night, 3-run home run. And
nice. And they're in first?
I think they jumped to first place in like 4 games.
What the fuck?
I might be making that up. Just
it's
wishful
early.
thinking.
It's early in the season. Let's not waste too much time.
There was a Honus Wagner card. So like historically, like the most expensive card ever, I think sold was this old Honus Wagner card.
Yeah.
Well, another one just sold for 1.5 million, and it was like severely damaged, and it's still sold for 1.5 million. How fucking insane is that?
That's nuts, dude. I get the cards like market and stuff, but I just don't comprehend like the value behind them.
Well, some of those, like those ones, there's probably only like 2 or 3 left ever that are like salvageable. So it's like those ones go for a lot. So like who the fuck is Honus Wagner anyways? But like because
you don't know Honus, dude?
Because it's such a rare card.
He won Teammate of the Year back in 1913.
Everybody know that.
Do the people spend this $1.5 million with the intent to preserve the card, then hopefully sell it for more down the road? Yeah, or are they just really big Honus Wagner fans?
They got it. This will complete my collection.
They got all 3 of the Honus Wagner.
Yeah. I'm sure it's an investment. It's got to be an investment that they'll try to sell it in fucking 50 years or some shit, 20 years for $1 million more. Like,
I just want you guys to know that the Twins are in first place. Right. But the real thing I want to say is I just can't look at this, with the Guardians listed. I'm just like, this is just so weird.
It's a fake team.
It's tough to get on board with that stuff, but eventually.
It is weird. Every time I see it, it's weird.
Did you see the Yankees throwing a bunch of beers at the Guardians outfielders?
What a bunch of douches.
That sucks. That sucks to be a Yankee.
God, it's horrible. talk some hockey. So the playoffs are coming up. The Knights are in a wild chase right now to make the playoffs. They haven't been eliminated, but they have not been playing great hockey.
No.
They've been playing.
We had like 9 games to go, and like we had a really good chance, and then we dropped like the first 3 of them.
Just playing like horrible teams too. Like there were a couple games that we were playing like people who've won 20 less games than us, and they're just losing by multiple goals. Just not good. But the Wild are up there, Drew.
Clinched it, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You guys are in. What's the? Let's try to see what the playoff.
Do you know what's awesome though? I'm sorry to say this to you guys, but Fleury, it just makes me feel so good right now.
He's good. Is he? He was hurt for a little bit, right?
Oh God! If he's not in, then people are gonna know I'm not a hockey guy.
I don't know if he's back or not. This was a little while ago. He was hurt, like right when he got to you guys.
Yeah, I'm not positive, honestly. Let's see. Anything
Is it
else?
right now?
Is he killing it?
Yeah.
Anything else going on? Any? Let's see here.
In sports?
Well, the draft is
draft starts. Yeah. We excited for that? I know we've done some breakdowns in the past, but any trades, anything you think will happen during that? I know there's been rumors of Packers trading for somebody during it, but who knows? I'm sure nothing will happen.
I don't know. I love the draft. I'll watch the entire first and second round, but I'm so burnt out on it. Not just this year, but like every year, it's like I look at all these mocks, I get really stoked up, and then I just get so disappointed by the Packers.
Yeah, but Cody, it's like after the draft is done, it's like, okay, let's start looking at next year's draft. And I always see these reports. It's just all the time. I don't know what to believe. What
are they saying the Vikings are going to do?
We're going to trade for Deebo Samuel.
Now they said that he's not going to get traded today. Did you hear that?
I saw that.
And then the next report was Darren Waller is going to Green Bay. And then the Raiders came out and said no.
Yeah, and they're just like, we're not trading him.
And I'm like, what? Who's doing this?
Did you guys see that guy at the club who bought bottle service and then he had his sign customized when Deebo was there and it said Deebo is staying with the 49ers?
And wait, you're saying the Deebo bought bottle service?
No, some random guy did it on his sign. He put Deebo is staying with the 49ers and Deebo just shook his head and goes
Deebo
like this.
was there. Like, stop that. I mean, would I like Deebo Samuel? Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But would they trade Deebo Samuel to a team that they just played in the NFC Championship? That'd be fucking stupid.
I mean, nowadays I feel like it doesn't even matter. Like there's no morals or a care level. I feel like people just go wherever they want to try to win. So
but it's a trade. The 49ers aren't going to send them to Green Bay knowingly. We just played them in the NFC Championship 2 years in a row. So why would they make us any better?
Yeah.
Well, they're like, Jimmy, you've been playing so well that we're going to get rid of Deebo and we're going to play the Packers too.
Yeah. They probably still fucking beat the Packers, so whatever. They beat us with shittier teams.
They have, yeah. They should do it just to make a point.
Just to make a point, like we own you fuckers. Like,
yeah.
You're
still happy you didn't come here, Aaron?
Yeah. They just give us a player every year. They beat us in the fucking conference finals or some shit.
I did like that I saw like the worst wide receiver whatever.
I saw that
team, and you guys are on there. That sucks, dude.
Okay, I actually took a screenshot of that. I'm glad you brought that up, Drew, because some of these. Okay, they listed the top 10 worst wide receiver corps in the NFL. Where do you guys think the Packers fell on that? Top 10 worst.
I think it was 7, if I recall.
7. What teams? Just name 2 teams worse than us.
Jets.
They are not. They're number 10.
They have Denzel Mims. He's pretty.
They got Corey Davis and Elijah Moore. That's pretty sad.
Keep guessing, Sean, because I've seen it. So I want to hear what you say.
I'm trying to think of.
Number 2 is a mind-boggling team that I didn't think should be in the top 10.
Hold on, I'm just gonna look at the list of teams. I just want to. I would say. Are the Patriots on there?
No. I'll give you number one. How about that?
Give me
Oh yeah, number one is true though.
Atlanta Falcons, because could you
yeah.
name one Atlanta Falcon that's playing receiver this year? Because Calvin Ridley's suspended.
God, I'd have to sit and think about it.
You're not going to.
I can't remember who the other person
Demir
is.
Bird would be like the most knowledgeable one. Otherwise, there's Olamide Zacchaeus and Kadarrell Hodge.
Holy fuck, that's bad.
Yeah, that's really bad. Number two was the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that is
With
weird.
Michael Pittman Jr., Paris Campbell, and Ashton Doolin.
That's fucking weird.
I thought that was really weird. And then number three also wasn't like a great one. Brandon Cooks, Chris Conley, and Nico Collins for the Texans.
Not terrible. I was actually thinking about Texans, but
Where did Ty go? He's not a Colt right now.
He's a free agent right now.
Oh man.
And then number four was the Bears with Mooney, Pringle, and Equinemius.
I should have looked at them. Yeah, that way.
And then the poor Eagles are just never doing well with anything. But they got Devontae Smith, Jalen Reagor, and Quez Watkins, which I don't think is a horrible. I think that's better than our threesome.
Probably, yeah.
We got Sammy Watkins in our threesome, so
Are the Cowboys up there? Because they fucking suck.
no. But it's funny because there's three different teams. Three different teams with Packers players on them, because you had Equinemius with the Bears at number 4, and then you've got MVS with Kansas City, who's listed at number 8. Worst.
Cody, who's so this is where my argument is though. This is last year we were talking about the Lions. Who's St. Brown's brother? Is it St. Brown, the wide receiver?
Well, they share a last name because they're related.
Oh, he played out of his mind. I was really impressed.
Yeah, he was very good.
Very good.
So watch out for Zacchaeus. I always picked him up on FanDuel because he's really cheap.
We got the wrong one.
We did get the wrong one.
Dude's a stud. Alrighty. Anything else you guys want to go through?
Nope. I got to go eat, but I have one last thing to say. I just really like that commercial with Lavar Ball with his kid. It just cracks me up. I want him to we should get him to like do an ending to our episode. That's my son. He can do anything.
Oh, God. That's awesome. Yes, Lavar Ball. Drew, give us your best Lavar Ball that's sending us off into the night.
There he is. That's my son. He can do anything.
Yes. Have a good night, guys.
Adios.
Brewing and we cooking, brewing and we cooking. Brewing and we cooking, brewing and we cooking. When I circle off the squiggles, run the triangle for a star pass. New era in the scrimmage from the tip off. Sip and go, celebrate a smoky thick broad. Underdog, make it to the contender. Coming through this header when you're straight fender benders. Stopping in the octagon, swinging in circles. Research the game like your name's Steve Urkel. This game time, coach with a PT, B&B PC. Tap in and beat the Southpaw finna leave, y'all shook it. Y'all know the